Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video will be on Bolero Jacket and the marking of this tutorial can be used for adult ones, so you can just interchange it and then change your measurement. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is to mark my straight line to serve as our starting point, and then from there I am marking my half length, which is at 12 inches. So I want mine to extend towards the back one, to extend towards the waistline. If you want it to be lower or higher, you can go ahead and insert your measurement the way you want it. Then the next thing I did is to mark half of my shoulder measurement, and then I'm going down by 8 inches for my bust point. So for this jacket, if every measurement of a measurement you are marking, please add about half inch or 1 inch to it, so that it's not so fitted. But if you want it to fit it, please go ahead and do the same and do what works for you. Then for the neckline, I am marking at 2 inches by 2 inches. You don't want the neckline to be very wide. For adults, you can go ahead and mark 3 inches by 3 inches. It will work. And then for the back neckline, I am going down by 1 inch. So I'm marking the back and the front, and I'm going to go ahead and separate it once I am done with this. And then for the adult neckline, you can go down by 1 inch as well. Then I'm going to go ahead and insert my bust measurement divided by 4. Once I am done with that, I decided to add my stitching allowance to this, which is 1.5 inches. I'll go ahead and add my waist measurement to this, and then I'll add 1.5 inches. Just like I mentioned earlier, if you don't want yours to get towards your waist, please go ahead and mark the length of the jacket, whichever length you want it to be. And the next thing I mark is 1 inch for my shoulder slope, and I'll connect it to our starting point for this Bolero jacket. Then I'll go ahead and cover out my armhole. Don't mind me the way I'm laughing at the name. It seems like I'm not pronouncing it well. Please do well to hit on the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed up to this moment. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and share my videos to family and friends. So I'm going to go ahead and insert the pattern on another pattern paper, and if you look at what we are doing, you see that the neckline I cut out just the back neckline. So I'll transfer it to another pattern paper before we proceed with the marking with the tutorial. Once I am done, I will separate it and then cut out the front neckline. So we are going to go ahead and get another paper. We are going to be using it to work on the collar area, and for this I am working at the back neckline first, and I'm just using my tape to secure this my back pattern on another paper under it. So once I am done, from the tip of the neck, just what you see me show you guys, from the tip of the neck I am going up by 1.5 inches. I went up by 2 inches, but I decided to reduce it because I don't want it to be too high. So I reduced it by 1 inch because this jacket is going to be for a 5-year-old. But if your child is bigger, you can do 2 inches. For adults, you can do 2.5 inches. It will work. So I'm just going to go ahead and connect this line. Then I connected from the center back and then connected the line. I'm going to go ahead and make a curve here. You don't want it to have a sharp edge there, so I'm just connecting it, and I'll go ahead and cut out these patterns that I extended. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and work on the front, and just like we did for the back, I'm going to go ahead and sellotape this on another paper as well. And once I am done with this, I'm going to go ahead and connect my shoulder line to my pattern paper. You know, the shoulder line we cut out, we started the measurement from. I'm just extending it so that you will have a straight line. Then I'm going to go ahead and bring in my back bodice, and I'm going to go ahead and measure what I have there. That's from the extension to where my armhole ends. So this measurement is going to be starting from the extension. So once I am done with it, I think I have about 7.5 inches or so. So whatever you get, you're going to insert it at the front one. So this measurement is going to start from the center, from the armhole, and then to where it ends, to where the measurement ends. So once you get, you're going to go ahead and curve it to meet the center front, and then you're going to go ahead and create your the front pattern, that the front curve. There's no measurement to this, just look at the video, you will see what I am doing. Just go ahead and do the same. There's no measurement for it, or let me say, I did not measure it. I just use my marker, my chalk, to trace out until I am okay with what I have, and then I went ahead to cut it out. If you have any question, please don't forget to leave it at in the description, but in the comment section. Sorry, I don't know if what I am saying is making sense or you understand it. So I just transferred my back bodies to another paper, and I'm going to go ahead and trace this, and you can see I am adding ½ inch stitching allowance to every side, but for my seam side I did not add any allowance because I've already added to that side. So this is it, and you can see I've gone ahead to cut out every pattern, and I've cut out my sleeve as well. Please check the description box for this tutorial of our sleeve. I do not want this video to be too long, that's why I did not do the tutorial, but I have a tutorial for sleeve. I'll put it in the description box. And every pattern, every of my pattern is cut into two. That's, I'm using the same fabric for my lining and then for the main fabric. So I'm going to go ahead, bring in my main fabric, and then bring in my front body's main fabric. So we are working on the main fabric first before we go ahead to work on the lining. So I'm going to go ahead and do front facing front, and I will start pinning from the tip of my neckline, so that if there is any excess at the armhole, it's easier for me to just trim it off. So that's why I am going to start pinning from the neckline, and you're going to follow that curve there and make sure you pin it well. And I'll do the same thing for the other side. Then go to my sewing machine and stitch it down. Whatever I do to this main fabric, I'll do on my lining as well. So this is it after I was done stitching it down. So I'm going to go ahead and make notches around that neck area that has curve, so that it will relax, and I'll do the same thing for my lining as well. So we're going to go ahead and work on our sleeve. So I'm going to bring my sleeve, and while cutting my sleeve I added a bit of allowance because I want it to have more like a puff effect at the shoulder area. So I have about 2 inches extra for my sleeve. So I'm going to pin on the two sides, and the excess that is remaining, I'm going to plait it in at my shoulder area. And I did the same thing for the other side, so you can see it. I don't know if you can see the effect of that excess there, but there is excess there that gave it this kind of a puff effect. Yeah, so you can see the jacket is coming together, and this is my lining as well. So we are going to go ahead and work on the side of on the seam side. So remember, we added 1.5 inches at the seam side, so when you get there, do well to stitch at the 1.5 inches. So you stitch from the armhole all the way to the seam line, to the waistline. So this is it after I was done with the stitching. I'm going to go ahead, and I did the same thing for the lining as well. So I just did what I did is to wear my back bodies into my front, my neck, my main fabric, my main bodies into my lining, or my lining into my main fabric, and make sure it's front facing front, and then I will go ahead and start pinning it all around. Once I am done with this, I'll go ahead and stitch it down. Then I'm going to be leaving some allowances to turn it inside out, or you can as well leave the allowance and then turn it out from the sleeve. I forgot that I still have my sleeve open, So I'll just turn it. Either you turn it from here or you turn from your sleeve. So this is it. After I was done with the sleeve, I just pushed the sleeve into the other one so that it will be together. Then we are going to go ahead and stitch the opening. First, to stitch it down, you can put in 1/2 inch inward and then top stitch it, or you can still fold it in by small allowance, maybe 1/2 inch, and then stitch it down. But for me, I use the pushing in 1/2 inch inward, and I'm going to go ahead and stitch that remaining opening that we have. And I'm going ahead to iron this. Please, while ironing, just make sure you push out every single space into it. And then for the design on it, for the trimmings, I don't have that kind of trimming, but it's in the market. When you get to the market, you'll see them. I just have this. I'm going to go ahead and use my glue gun to attach this on the Bolero jacket. And that's basically all for this style. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you find value in it. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you do. If you haven't subscribed up to the moment, do well to hit on the subscribe button, join the family, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video.